This weekend, we have the moon continuing in Virgo and then going into Libra on Sunday. And just after the moon goes into Libra, it forms the exact first quarter with the sun that is also going into Cancer early Sunday morning Pacific time. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Saturday, June 20th. We are also going to take a look today at the energy of Sunday, June 21st. So we have the solstice, the day, the longest day in the northern hemisphere, and also aligning with this first quarter moon. So I'm looking at that today because each Sunday I have a new podcast episode coming out. And on those podcasts, I'm trying to do more of a zoom out, look at the big picture, what's going on with the outer planets. So in this video, we will look at the sun and moon and the solstice and the first quarter moon and what is going on sort of in the here and now. So first of all, we've got the moon continuing in Virgo from Friday's Virgo moon, and we talked about that yesterday. So that energy continues with the attention to detail, the need to focus, the almost the ability to lose ourselves as we focus on projects or get down into the weeds of what it is we're working on. We can almost have that experience of losing time or forgetting what's going on in the world around us. And that wonderful Virgo energy of productivity, that when we really do lose ourselves like that, how things get created and things happen. Like, like I can think of a bunch of examples. So like one is if you're cleaning your kitchen or your garage or something, and you decide that you're just going to start with this one little area, maybe it's your garage, and you're like, I just am going to deal with one box of stuff, and that's all I'm going to commit to right now. But once you go through that box, you find yourself like figuring things out, solving problems, figuring out what to do with stuff. You move on to the next box, and before you know it, you realize, oh wow, I cleaned half the garage or something like that, right? That is Virgo. So the other thing you might do is like you're out in your yard and you're weeding, and you're like, I'm just going to weed this one little area here. And before you know it, you've lost yourself in weeding, and you've done a whole patch that you weren't planning to do. So things like that. And of course, it doesn't have to be cleaning and weeding. It can be crafting. It could be working on a project. It could be making progress on something you enjoy. So think about how just getting into what you're doing in the very minutia of it. Think about how you kind of lose your sense of time and find that you're getting a lot more done than you even realized or planned on. So that's Virgo and the Virgo moon. And then we've got the sun going into Cancer. It is, of course, the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere, which is the definition of the beginning of the sign of Cancer. We have in the tropical zodiac, the signs align with the seasons. And so each of the equinoxes and solstices are the beginnings of the cardinal signs. So this one is Cancer. And of course, southern hemisphere, this will be the winter solstice and the shortest day of the year, longest night, I guess. So here we are at this turning point, and on Sunday, it's a turning point also because of this first quarter moon. So early in the day, the sun goes into Cancer, and that is before 2 a.m. Pacific, and then just before 2 p.m. Pacific, the moon goes into Libra, a few minutes before 2 o'clock Pacific. And then 1 hour later, the moon is at first quarter, meaning it is in a square to the sun, so both sun in Cancer and moon in Libra, which is a potent turning point of its own kind. So with the sun and moon, 1/4 of the way through the Gemini moon cycle, we're at this turning point, and this point where something is saying, where do you need to shift? Where do you need to step up? Where do you need to make a decision or step into a higher possibility for something? And we have this vibe of needing to expand, to grow, to step up our own potential, but that is activated by something that doesn't feel comfortable. So, something in our lives that is irritating or annoying or challenging or frustrating. And when you realize, oh, this is aligned with these planetary cycles, now you can start to see the purpose in that. So, the purposefulness of the irritation or the challenge or the frustration. And within that challenge or frustration, there is an invitation to see something from a different perspective and to step into more of what the potential is of whatever the scenario is that might be happening in your life. So whatever it is that's irritating you or annoying you, and in this case, the moon goes into Libra, 0 degrees Libra is the first quarter moon with the sun at 0 Cancer. Libra is about relationships. So something having to do with your relationship with another person. Could be a romantic or intimate relationship. It could be a different kind of relationship. It could just be a person in your life where this situation or frustration or challenge is showing up. So asking yourself, what do I need to see within this challenge that I couldn't see before? Or what here is a different perspective for me to take on this issue? Because the invitation and there's a door opening that says, here are some gifts, here are some rewards, but you have to be willing to make a decision here and steer something in a direction that you're choosing consciously. So choose what you want, choose what is important to you, what matters to you. And looking back to the intentions you set at the new moon, that's why we work with the moon cycle with intention, is because now you can look back to your intentions and go, what was I hoping for? What was I working on this moon cycle? Because here is an open door. Here is an invitation that is saying, what is your next step? What is the different perspective on this issue or this challenge? How can you see it differently? What direction can you go in that is helping you to grow and to expand more into what you are capable of? And then, of course, we have the moon in Libra. And once the moon goes into Libra, we have that mood that is more focused on our relationships and partnerships. And we will continue with that for the next couple of days. But we're looking back to the Gemini new moon. This moon cycle has the theme of thinking, ideas, communication, and how we process our thinking, how we find the words to say the things we need to say. So, relationship, what is coming up for you that you need to say in relationship or you need to hear, right? Where do you need to listen more or where do you need to find the courage to communicate what you need to say? So it could be a lot of different things, but this feeling of the challenge and the irritation, the annoyance, the something that is frustrating, that is really an opportunity to expand and open into what is possible if you are willing to change, and not just change, but change with intention. Change with the intention to grow and heal according to what's important to you. And if, I mean, this is getting really deep here, but everything is inviting us to find our own inner way of responding. So you cannot control what other people are doing or what's happening in the world around you, but you can control how you respond to it. And that's what it comes back to. So potent energies this weekend, and tomorrow my podcast episode comes out, and that is on the powerful, powerful energies of July, which is right around the corner. So really looking at this outer planet cradle formation in July and how it's intensifying, the double sextiles, all that stuff I've been talking about, really comes to a point of potency and magic in July. So I talk about that on my podcast. Don't miss that. You can find it. It's called Astrology Heals anywhere you get your podcasts. It will also be posted on my YouTube channel and at transformationalastrology.com, which is where you can support this work and join my member program and get more of the support for yourself in your own journey and your own process to work with these ongoing cycles of healing, of manifestation, and the moon cycles and what possibilities they are bringing into your life. So check that out at transformationalastrology.com. You can also support this work with a $5 a month membership or upgrade to get all the benefits of manifesting with moon cycles. Thank you for being here, and thank you for subscribing to this YouTube channel. I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.